Thanks, Chrissy. Just a correction there. I am the Managing Director as of April this year, but all good, Chrissy. Quickly, thanks to Chrissy, thanks to Stewie and Jackson for the invitation, putting on another fantastic show. It is late in the day. I am going to get a little bit controversial here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for those of you that do remember, Eddie had 3 rules at the start of today's play. Those were for companies to talk about their people, their projects, but don't talk about the market. I'm going to break one of Eddie's rules. I'm going to talk about the market. And I think it's important to share an anecdote if I recite a conversation I had earlier this year, only several months ago, sitting in an office in Phoenix, Arizona, with one of the major Tier 1 lithium-ion battery players. And the conversation went a little bit like this. Ron, we love hard rock, we love Australia. You tell us what the best offer is you have on the table and we'll beat it. Now that conversation really resonated with me that evening, and you can look at every supply-demand forecast chart you like, but that conversation probably just shows how desperate and how tight this market is and how there's no let up in sight. So that really puts us a bit of an opening session and talking a little bit about our company. We listed on the ASX last year, best performing IPO on the ASX last year. So just quickly before I dive into our slide deck, acknowledgement of country, acknowledging the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and certainly paying our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. It's important to start with our purpose and our values. We're a company that really owns it as it relates to safety and action, and the work we're doing in the field with a fantastic team of geologists is really world class. We keep it simple for our purpose. We're attracting great talent in the form of sort of people, power, planet, and that's really our mandate going forward. So what makes us unique? This is really the company on a slide, and this captures our people and our assets all in one slide, just ticking Eddie's box. So firstly, we're multi-asset. We've got 2 projects in arguably the 2 greatest mining jurisdictions on the planet, being up in the Pilbara, our Marble Bar Lithium project, and also in the Eastern Goldfields, our Mana Lithium project. Both of these projects are JORC compliant. We've got JORC Resources, a combined equity position of close to 20 million tonnes at 1.06% lithium oxide. And that's really just the start for us. We've got an enormous exploration campaign underway, around 80,000 metres at both projects, RC drilling, and about 4,000 metres of diamond drilling. So a lot of upside coming towards the back end of this year. We'll be announcing a significant resource upgrade in Q4. We do have strong lithium industry, credentials. We know how to do deals in this space. We've got a very strong board, and we've attracted a lot of the end buyers across to the company over the course of this year. Strategic partnerships are important. We've got 2 sort of blue chip counterparties on our register, being Suzo TA&A. It's the only offtake we've done, so 70% of our offtake remains uncontracted, although, as I mentioned from the outset, the interest is incredible. And of course, Mineral Resources, who have a 5% stake in the company. And most importantly, location. We have assets in the best mining jurisdiction on the planet. So talk a little bit about our people, which make us a class above a lot of our competitors in this space. We've built a board and management team built to take our projects into development and production. So Warwick Hazeltine, more than 20 years capital markets experience, a lot of experience in the energy transition industry. He's helped deliver a number of, advised on a number of lithium projects here in Australia. I've been in the sector more than 11 years. I spent 5 years at Greenbushes, Talison Lithium, and the last 6 years at Tianqi Lithium, heading up their international commercial sales and marketing team. Greg Lilliman, guy needs absolutely no introduction. Greg, 2IC at Fortescue Metal Group, brings a wealth of experience, and his sort of technical horsepower in terms of operational excellence in the Pilbara is something we'll lean on. And Dr. Jiamin Chen, a non-exec director, a lot of experience again, operating and running plants both in Australia and Canada. Hayley Lawrence, a non-exec director, her commercial lawyer by trade. She has tremendous experience. She's helping us on our ESG and our approvals process. Kevin Hart, CFO, COSEC, more than 30 years experience working with ASX listed companies. And the guys getting it done on the ground, Stuart Peterson leading our geology team. Stuart has specific experience at the Mount Marion asset. We've got other project geologists, exploration managers who have experience at Pilgangora from Greenfield and also the Wodgina assets. And we're also making a big play in the community relations space as well with Nicole Stein. So just a snapshot of the company. I'll get through this quickly. A pretty tight register, about 200 million shares on issue, a market cap of about 380, up a little bit as of close yesterday. The register's tight, as I mentioned, the two blue chip cornerstones, Suzo and Mineral Resources. We've got a couple of high net worth individuals, board management with some skin in the game, about 5%, and the balance is retail and insto. Importantly, our share price movement really over the last sort of 18 months has been on the back of real deal flow. We're not just riding the lithium sentiment, we're actually out there executing, and we've got an incredibly ambitious board. Just some recent broker research. Argonaut, Macquarie and Shaw and Partners are covering the stock. I encourage you to reach out to these three gentlemen if you needed to find any further information. I'd like to talk a little bit about the jurisdiction. I think we all get it, WA is important, but what's really critical, and one thing I'm seeing from the industry is there are a lot of projects, if you look on paper, in the lithium space that look attractive, but in my personal view, they're effectively stranded assets because they're missing the most critical piece, and that's the logistics piece. We have the world's best infrastructure as it relates to mining, and this is something the electric vehicle value chain certainly appreciates now finally. And I do use this phrase, and I think it's important, the fact that West Australian Iron Ore helped build the new world, and WA Lithium will help power it. And the branding we have overseas as a state is quite phenomenal. And certainly we were very lucky to be able to come in on the back of BHP, Rio, Fortescue, these big brands that have helped create this Team WA brand, and we'll certainly benefit from that going forward. Spodumene's important, speed to market, absolutely. There's 5 existing lithium operations here in Western Australia, more than anywhere else on the planet. That's really important. We'll be able to benefit as part of that next wave of lithium supply, given the experience in our contractors, EPCM partners, and just that technical wealth of experience we have at our disposal here in WA. It's world class. Just quickly, MinRes I don't think needs any introduction, but the key reason they're on our register, there's geological and geographical synergies here, as you can see, in terms of the location of the Wodgina and the Marble Bar lithium project. And down in Kalgoorlie, you can see the proximity of the Mount Marion and the Manna deposits, about 130 kilometres as the crow flies. So MinRes has this incredible, unrivaled track record of bringing projects into production incredibly quickly, and their experience is something we'll certainly lean on at the appropriate time. Suzo TANA, this is a company based in China. This is the only offtake we have. It's a 10-year deal, importantly at market prices. And again, they can give us this fantastic experience and leverage on the downstream side of the business. So, understanding how our products use and most importantly, give us insights into the technology trends in China and also the market, what's happening in China. It's really important for us. Pricing is not going anywhere, I can assure you. These are current as of this week for spodumene, as reported by Fast Markets. And some of the analyst forecasts are really compelling. So I'd just like to talk about our Manna Lithium project. We own an 80% stake and the balance is owned by Breaker Resources. This is an incredible project and one that we will be mining. I can say that with confidence. It's an outcropping spodumene-bearing pegmatite, the best raw material to produce battery-grade lithium chemicals. We do have a joke at site to be mindful. We have a number of tripping hazards out at our Manna site, and those tripping hazards come in the form of these outcropping spodumene-bearing pegmatites, which are literally very common. We do have a maiden inferred mineral resource here, and that was delivered and defined on the back of less than 4,000 metres of RC drilling. To give you a sense of the upside potential for this asset, we have a 20,000 metre campaign underway. And the results, which we have released to market, are really, really compelling, and on our geos are incredibly excited. The asset and the infrastructure at our disposal as well, being 100 kilometres out of Kalgoorlie, is another fantastic advantage for this project. So one for the geos, some recent results shared here. It's a really tight resource, pegmatite, hosted in greenstone, so we're getting some fantastic grades coming through, 1.6 up to 1.9% lithium. We're finding that there's convergence at depth with these pegmatite swarms. Certainly the grade is increasing and pinching, and this certainly, as I look at this, is looking like it'll be open pittable. So that's be a fantastic advantage for us. The strike is significant. It's actually increasing. Stuart, our head of geology, is keeping me incredibly busy. He's finding more lithium, and lithium where he previously didn't expect to find it. So this strike is increasing pretty much on a daily basis as our results come to market. We have 3 rigs. We've mobilised our 3rd rig to site. That rig is to undertake a significant infill program. We will be announcing a JORC resource upgrade in Q4, as I mentioned. We'll continue our drilling into next year, so we'll likely have a secondary upgrade in terms of our resource in Q1 next year. There's a photo of some of our team with some beautiful pegmatite core. Again, just a couple of photos. It's an outcropping pegmatite. The diagram on the left will show you that. Beautiful spodumene crystals. There's not many gangs in this material. It's really clean. We are collecting a significant amount of core for our metallurgical test program, which will feed into our feasibility program, which will kick off next year. Just touching on Marble Bar, project we own 100% outright. Again, spodumene-bearing pegmatite. This is hosted in greenstone and granite. A very similar geological setting to the Pilgangoora and Wodgina deposits to the west of our project site in Marble Bar. Again, we have a maiden inferred mineral resource here of 10.5 million tonnes at 1%. And we've got quite a significant exploration campaign underway. It's about 60,000 metres of RC. That commenced in February. We've been bringing those results to market periodically. It's a much larger system here. We've got a strike of, about 15 kilometres of lithium mineralisation through a 25 kilometre greenstone. As far as infrastructure goes, I've probably never seen a project that has better infrastructure. There's a sealed road running through our tenement package. And we're only 150 kilometres south of Port Hedland, a very famous port for not only iron ore, but spodumene concentrate as well. Again, the results here, we're getting some very good grades. The highest grades we've received thus far, 1.4s, 1.8s, and some reasonable intervals as well. So you can see the diagram on the right shows quite a significant extent of lithium mineralisation throughout the Marble Bar project site. So finishing off, 2 projects gives us fantastic optionality. We're running these hard. We've got a very aggressive exploration campaign. We've had a fantastic safety record. Safety is number 1 for us, and our drilling teams have done an outstanding job. 0 LTIs, touch wood, to date. Diamond drilling, assays and met testing, but importantly, we're not waiting to get this development team in place. We're very confident we're going to have an economic project come Q4, and for that reason, we're getting this development team in place by Q4, and the resource upgrade, as I said, will come the back end of this year. So just finishing off, again, a great jurisdiction, 2 projects, a fantastic starting position in terms of close to 20 million tonnes of inferred mineral resource, an incredibly aggressive exploration campaign, aggressive board. This infrastructure piece, I really can't overstate how critical it is. A very strong team. We're really focused on our ESG credentials, and we'll be bringing a tailored ESG strategy to market in the coming months. So we are expecting a really strong pipeline of news flow to come. And finishing off, the most valuable asset within the company is our people. And we're really attracting a best-in-class management and board, and we hope that will continue to grow. So with that, I think I'm on schedule, Chrissy. Thank you.
You are perfectly on schedule. Yeah. Thank you, sir.